to the topic of activation spaces and lead spaces. So I will go to share my screen with you. Dobra. So this is a topic, as I said, for lead spaces and activation spaces. And how we would like to start this is by actually differentiating one from another. And this is actually a slide from IC in Egypt 2018 when this was defined. A lead spaces, as we always know, is a space where we develop one of the leadership development qualities. So it means that it's not one of the four parts of the leadership development model, but it's one of the 12 parts that is inside of them. So we'll see more about this in the next slide. And activate spaces are about the four core competences that we will also see a bit more about in the next slides. As you can see here, they are defined. And if we go a bit deeper, when it comes to lead spaces, we have the 12 leadership development qualities, which are communicates effectively in diverse environments, develops and empowers other people, engage with others to achieve a bigger purpose, adapts and shows resilience in the face of challenges, transmits positivity to move forward throughout uncertainty, takes risk when it's needed, understands and lives personal values, focuses on strengths over weaknesses, and explores one's passions. And when it comes to world citizen, believes in their ability to make a difference in the world, interested in world issues, enjoys taking responsibility for improving the world. So these are the 12 parts inside of the leadership development model. I would say that lead spaces are usually a space, yes, for the members to develop, but also for the people delivering to learn even more about the leadership that we as ISEC are developing in our membership and in the people who take the exchanges. Because usually we tend to forget to how many details there are inside of each of the four parts of the leadership development model. And when it comes to the four core competencies, they are agility, growth, empathy, and eagerness. And they are defined, let's say, with three statements each of them. So when it comes to agility, is that we are agile in solving problems, we crave for progress constantly, we are flexible and improve when needed. When it comes to growth, we improve our performance through making sustainable decisions. We are accountable to each other. We are grounded with facts and data to achieve common goals. When it comes to empathy, is we put our customers first. We value the opinion of others. We help each other grow. And when it comes to eagerness, we place our focus on goals that matter. We contribute to achieve our ambition, and we dare to go the extra miles. But all of these are like nice words. But where they come from? They actually come from the ISEC competence model. These competence models was developed by Ubiquity University. It's a university that actually ISEC International has a partnership with. And just disclaimer, this competence model, it's amazing. You can find it and you can get a lot of ideas, but it's not really clear how we can measure the development of those competences in our membership yet. So for that, now it's just a guide, and a lot of people are checking it all the time. However, don't take it as something that is like written on stone and it should be like that. So if you go there, the bit.ly is, I will leave it there, but it's basically bit.ly slash competence dash stack. And here you can see that we have the four competences, as I was telling you before. And when it comes to the specific competences that are inside of those four main thingies, we have the categories. Let's say that these are the things that actually matter because they are more concrete and help us create sessions better. So data savvy, improves continuously, integrates and includes, customer obsessed, sparks ambition, drives achievement, resilient, and sets pace. So as you can see, like the more you break it down, the easier it is to deliver a session based on that. For example, if you remember, in NATCO, we actually had a session about data savvy that was delivered by Alessio. And then we have different levels here. These are basically the levels that we are, let's say, allocating to people that go through in the journey of ISEC. So level 0 will be someone who basically is like a new member or even not even a member yet. And then as you move on in the organization, like you are able to develop more this competence of being a data savvy person. And just another disclaimer, just to explain you how it works, this tool, in case that you want to go there in the future. There is mind, core competence. So here are the 4 core competences. And then we have hand, because as you remember, heart was removed from the from the ISEC competences, because we realized that part of heart is actually every day in the inner and outer journey that we live as members of ISEC. So it was removed, and now we only have mind and hand. And when it comes to hand, we have persona and functional skills. So persona is basically what you use when you want to recruit someone, even like a new member or someone for a position or role, like when you are selecting your EV, when you're selecting MC, when you're selecting team leaders. This is where you should come. Like this is the description of the profiles, and like the idea is that you try to match the person to any of those squares. And functional skills is, yes, this is basically what you are actually developing through the organization. So all in all, when it comes to lead and activate spaces, it's all about basically us as FASIs and as people delivering these sessions to dig deeper into those topics, and being like innovative, and trying to make the membership understand them like in a cool way, in a more dynamic way. Because yes, we can read a lot about them and it's amazing, but the what is valuable is that they actually can put that into practice and can turn that into a mindset of themselves. um, and when it comes to keys of success for delivering those kind of spaces, in the case of lead, it's usually the environment and the mood management that we have of our audience. Because if you have the right environment, you will make sure that people will actually reflect on those topics that we are proposing. The logistics, of course, because they influence the mood and the environment a lot. And to keep the topic as well, because usually people might, for example, get lost in the topic. They might start to reflect a lot and they might forget about what it is. And it's usually very easy when it's a space of reflection and it's very subjective. So it's important that we always come back to the beginning and which one of the 12 LTQs is the one that we chose and that we want to develop in our people. And here in the PDF, you will be able to find the IC lead sessions as an example, but of course you can come back to basically every conference has lead sessions almost, so you can check outputs and get ideas from there. And when it comes to activate spaces, as well, the logistics, because for example, in the case of data savvy, unless you was were using a computer, and like if you don't have well internet connection, you can actually not like put yourself to work. So it's very important that whatever you decide to do in this session, the logistics are cool and that they work. Energy management, because if people are going to start to work, it's important that they keep their energy high. So if you see that the audience like it's starting to get tired or that frustrated because they don't understand something or something is like not working, we need to be able to manage that. And of course, again, clear explanation and conclusions, because in the same way, people might get lost, like trying to learn very different things that they are seeing in whatever it is they are learning. But we need to make sure that they come back always to that one thing. And toolbox, here is the link to the ISEC the competencies of ISEC that I was showing you before. So that's it. As you can see, it's a very simple topic. My main recommendation for this is innovate, don't be scared, and actually don't be afraid to get out of the box with these sessions, because actually these sessions are the ones, as I said at the beginning, that teach us sometimes even more than what we teach to the delegates. So enjoy it, explore it, and deliver amazing activation and lead spaces.